All right, man, a remix. Man, I had to redo it again. Hopefully everything go right. If not, then it's just not meant to be to go live. But I do appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Once again, I'm gonna start over new, like I never did it before. So let's talk a little bit about uh, Shawn. When is Shawn Porter going to speak out on the Bud Crawford situation? I know somebody mentioned that he already spoke out on it before. Then we're gonna hop into the IBF ordered or sound like they're about to order a fight for Errol Spence's IBF belt between the IBF mandatory signed by Top Rank. We call him Qdoba, but his name is in the description. And PBC Sergey Lipinets. And also Top Rank just added some fuel, or they just added some fighters to the farm system to potentially fight Terence Crawford and potentially take over the welterweight division. We also going to talk about Canelo, his May 2nd fight, the opponents that he may fight, and a little bit about his September fight. Also going to talk about Gilberto Ramírez. We're going to talk a little bit about the Fury Wilder 2 undercard. They got some names on there: Gabriel Flores Jr., Amir Mon, Jarrell Miller may be on there. And then anything else that I got floating around, and also some Gary Russell Jr. news that I got. And then I'll open it up for Q&A. Once again, I do appreciate everybody for tapping back in. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. If you want to watch a lot more of our live stream, just check my boxing one-on-one playlist out. That's all the boxing one-on-one live streams I've done for the last year and some change. So appreciate everybody for tapping in. Want to make a donation, just share the video. It's the best way to donate. But PayPal, Cash App is in the description. Also, you already got the Super Chat, but I prefer PayPal or Cash App. And shout out to everybody that do donate. Ricky E all the time, Todd Foster, homeboy with the construction company. I'm not going to say a business out there. Gary Benson. I mean, all the brothers, Ronnie Boy Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, man. Much love and support. So, once again, I'm going to start off again and talk about Shawn Porter. All right, Shawn Porter should come out there and say if he want Bud or if he don't want Bud. And I know somebody else in the comment section mentioned that he said it on several occasions, but this is 2020, and his dad was speaking another tune at the Harrison and Charlo 2 fight weekend. So Shawn Porter, his sister, Bud Crawford's sister, tweeted at him and said he need to handle his fans. Now these same local dummy box community fans that was against Shawn Porter before he fought Errol Spence, and he was the easy road and he was the easy belt. He was an in shape street fighter. Those guys automatically turned into Shawn Porter fans. They even created a song about Kenny Porter. And all of a sudden now Kenny is like their stepfather. Now he like their godfather. He like James Brown or something to them. So now that now that Shawn Porter fought, a close fight with Errol Spence, now all of a sudden the local dummy box community crew is rolling with Shawn Porter now against Errol Spence. Now I don't know why Shawn Porter is the guy that they want to see him fight. Maybe because Bob Arum said that, Shawn Porter is, well, he said Shane Porter, but he meant Shawn Porter was the next best welterweight to Errol Spence. And maybe they think if Shawn can give Earl a run for his money, he can beat Bud. So a lot of them dudes over there rate Bud lower than Errol Spence. And I'm not knock you if you do rate Bud lower than Errol Spence. That's your prerogative. I can't knock it. It's your opinion. But me personally, I think Earl is a little bit more skilled, and I think he would beat Shawn Porter. But you never know. Shawn Porter may get him his toughest fight. Usually, guys that are boxer punchers have problems with swarmers. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be nice for Shawn Porter to come out here and say if he do or don't want it. If Shawn want to come out here and say, I just had a tough fight, I'm enjoying my money, I'm enjoying my son, I'm on vacation. I think about it, but right now we just enjoying this money real quick, enjoying doing PBC on Fox. I would understand. But if he said, at the end of the day, I came off a tough fight, I thought I won. If you think you won, then it's really not a loss. So why not jump back into a significant fight? And like I said before, once again, you looking at these fighters, that's hanging around in a division, and they don't have no title shot. They'd rather wait versus a particular fighter than go get a title shot. And I just never understood that. And the sanctioning belt bodies don't do their job. When the last time a sanctioning belt body ordered a good mandatory? I think somebody brought up on Twitter the last good one they ordered was for a vacant belt with Orlando Salido. After Orlando Salido beat Lomachenko, they ordered Lomachenko to fight Gary Russell. Gary Russell didn't do nothing to deserve a title shot, but fight 20 tomato cans. And a lot of people believe that Lomachenko didn't deserve a title shot. But, just throw something at me. In the last few years, when the last time a sanctioned belt body did their job and ordered a fantastic fight? Now, they have ordered some fantastic title eliminators over the test of time, but a lot of them didn't come to fruition, like the famous Timothy Bradley Earl Spence. That aged well. You know what I'm saying? That aged well. When that shit was happening and he didn't fight Earl, wasn't nobody creating no videos, or wasn't no narrative like that, but that went well. But at the end of the day, guys like Keith Thurman, who milked this division, like, I put it to you this way. If you don't want to fight one of the 4 title holders, or you don't want to fight the pinnacle of the division, which a lot of people believe Earl Spence is the pinnacle of the welterweight division, my thing there, Keith Thurman, is to move out the division or retire. I thought you beat Manny Pacquiao. I thought it was razor close. You didn't lose, but when you carry yourself, you go out here, and every time you have a tough fight, or every time you have a tough competitor, you get injured. All of a sudden, he was saying in LA, I want to do a fight with Pacquiao. Come on, let's fight. Let's do it again. All of a sudden, Pacquiao said, no, you wrap your hand up like it's broke or something like that. But what's going on? Drake Dundada, Samuel, salute. Lather, salute. Courtney Richards, salute. Roderick, salute. Watson of Hates, of Hottest, salute. So at the end of the day, and I'm gonna give y'all a lot of jewels here, man, for hanging around. A lot of jewels. A lot of stuff you may or may not know. But at the end of the day, my whole thing is this. Okay. If you a guy like Keith and Shawn, you a guy that been in this division for a while, Danny Garcia, and you don't want to compete and win a title, and your whole aspect is no longer to be the world champion or be undisputed or unified champion, then it's time to get out the game. At this point, a lot of dudes is motivated just by going out there once, twice a year, making $1.5 million, making $2-3 million, and they cool with it. They no longer want to be the best. They no longer want to top the division. And Keith Thurman never wanted to be the top dog in the division. I believe Keith Thurman, at one point, he just wanted to be the richest. And when you don't want to fight when you don't want to fight for a belt, and you got to do, this ain't a dude that's a mandatory. This ain't a dude that's a prospect. This ain't a dude this dude don't have a belt. I mean, this dude got a belt in Crawford, and these dudes still don't want to fight him. I never heard of that before. But when you can easily get a title shot versus somebody else, or you easily can make $1 million, see, it's different. Back in the days, your top 10 contenders, they weren't making $1 million a fight. These dudes can pop up and make $1 million fighting anybody. Easily over $1 million. I mean, Keith Thurman got $3.5 million to fight Leonard Bundu when they fought. He probably got somewhere close to that to fight Robert Guerrero. And he was going around here with the regular WBA belt. He didn't become the super WBA title holder till he beat Danny Garcia. See, a lot of people don't know that. Manuel, salute. Brandon, salute. But it's like a job for them. They clock in, they do a camp, they do an easy fight, they wait around for the best fights to come around for them, and then they cash in. But we the ones that suffer. And I seen Erickson Lubin. He was. I want to point this out, and this ain't no real shot at him, because I think he wanted to fight the best. He just came up a little short. Eddie Sports Money, what's going on? He came up a little short versus a lot of short versus Jamel Charlo. But I seen him say about the YouTube fight that's going on, whoever that is, that they disrespecting the sport. No, not talking about him in particular, but a lot of boxers are disrespecting the sport. If boxers came together and made the best fight the best, it wouldn't have to resort to YouTubers and Antonio Brown trying to get in on the sport. You know what I'm saying? If y'all actually did your job, if you actually, Coffee, salute, Universe, salute to him. Y'all subscribe to his channel. If you actually did your job, dudes couldn't come through the cracks. It's like security. If you got tight security, at a club or at a bar, you know what I'm saying? And y'all strict and ain't nobody paying the bouncer to bring the sticky in the club or the burner in the club, you're going to have an all right night. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all going to have a real, real good night. It ain't going to be no malarkey. But if you got security, taking 20, Ricky, salute, taking 30 here, taking 100 here to let the guns in the club, what's going to happen in the club? What's going to happen in the club? Hey, a fight gonna break out. Some stuff gonna happen. SWAS, what's going on? St. Louis, salute. You know what I'm saying? So, and when Erickson Lubin said, "Oh, these YouTubers, hey man, if y'all gave us the best fights that we wanted to see, then you ain't got to worry about no YouTubers coming in and making money." But like I said with Keith Thurman, man, if your only thing is to just to make money now, you know what I'm saying? You need to get out the way. If you didn't want to fight Errol Spence, you need to get out the way. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to fight the pinnacle of the division for a belt, 2 belts, 8 belts, 20 belts, 50,000 belts, St. Louis salute. I'll talk about that in a minute. I think Broner going down to 40 though. If you don't want to fight for the best in the division, then why should we watch Keith Thurman fight? I ain't lost my hunger. I'm gonna come back better than he didn't get blew out by Manny Pacquiao. He didn't get blew out by Manny Pacquiao. He didn't get smoked. That was a competitive fight down the stretch. But that's the game. But Shawn need to come out and say something. But at the end of the day, Shawn did everything in the division. He fought everybody but Bud. He fought Ugis. Only guy he didn't fight was Kavalaskis and in the IBF mandatory Qdoba. And he didn't fight Bud. If you don't want to fight Bud, then hey. If you don't want to fight Earl again, or if you want to sit around and wait for Earl Spence rematch, and that's what they tell you, you rather sit around just picking and getting wins. At the end of the day, it's a long list. If Earl is going to fight Pacquiao and unify 3 belts, how can Lipinets, how can Ugis, how can Keith, how can Danny, how can Shawn all get shots at him? Because then again, we got mandatories, and don't forget you got Regis about to move up. Josh Taylor about to move up. I'll get to them in a minute. Ramírez about to move up. You know what I'm saying? You got prospects that's ready to bubble. Rashidi Ellis. Josh Kelly. Perhaps not. I'm not sure. Guys like Conor Benn. Perhaps not. Not too in the distant future, T.O. gonna move up to 40, eventually 47. Usually 40 is a division people just, they get it in for real quick and move on. You got Kirill Relic that moved up. Ivan Barashnik is gonna move up. The division is about to get crowded, so everybody can't get a shot at Earl. Hooker gonna eventually come back up. Hold on. Hooker eventually gonna come back. It may come back up to 47. And then you got to account for variable change. You might see somebody that you didn't see come. You got Jerron Ennis that's going to be signing with a promoter soon. He said his dad talking to a few promoters. So everybody can't get a shot at Errol Spence. Errol Spence probably going to try to unify the belts and move up, and then they're going to disperse. So how long is they going to let Keith Thurman stick around this division? How long Shawn going to stick around this division? Then I'm telling you, a lot of them dudes is going to get ran out this division by somebody y'all didn't see coming. Them 3, I can't really put Shawn in that class yet because I don't know enough about what Shawn thinking and how Shawn moving. But them 2, Danny and Keith Thurman, they in retirement mode. They're in retirement mode. The only thing that keep them going is making money. When you've been to the top of the mountain and you might necessarily not really took a bad whooping or just got dog walked or just got retired like Joe Smith Jr. did Bernard Hopkins, them dudes is at the point where they know they not the best. All right? They know they not the best. It ain't just about Keith Thurman losing one fight. Keith Thurman looked at Errol Spence like, I remember I was watching, it was a documentary on Team USA back when they brought Chris Webber and them in to play Team USA, the college team, and Bobby Hurley, and they played the Olympic team with Magic and Bird and them, and they got blew off the court by the college team, and Mike Krzyzewski or whoever was the coach, Chuck Daly stopped the game right in the middle of the game when Michael Jordan was about to come back, and Larry Bird was sitting on the sideline. He was like, man, he said Chris Webber. He said if this league is about to if this league is about to go the way that Chris Webber come to the league, I need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying that he was too old to hang and Chris Webber was a different breed. And I think that's how Keith Thurman looking at. That's how Keith Thurman is looking at Errol Spence. He's looking at Errol Spence like, man, I can't compete with him. That's a mental defeat. When Keith Thurman don't think he can beat that guy, he already defeated. I think Danny Garcia look at the other champions and other fighters in the division. Well, you know what? If I'm gonna lose for the most money. That's kind of where they at. If I'm I'm gonna lose for the most money. He said, "How y'all dog?" He lost. At the end of the day, he said, "I'm gonna read this: the one and only LFL." He said, "How y'all dogging Thurman though? He lost one fight, probably to the second best welterweight ever, and is injured. For one, nowhere close near the second best welterweight ever. Okay, say that. Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion, ain't probably one of the 10 best welterweights ever. Let me get that. And he behind Floyd Mayweather. He ain't better than Tommy, Ray, Robinson. You know, I keep going on about some of the greatest welterweights that ever laced them up. All right, then that's that. At the end of the day, it ain't that he lost to Manny Pacquiao. You just came in at the end of the video or end of my conversation. My whole thing about Keith Thurman was this, and I reiterate this once again for everybody rolling in. Battle Rifle Salute. I reiterate this about Keith Thurman again. I'm not writing Keith Thurman. I said I thought Keith Thurman actually edged Manny Pacquiao. That's my personal opinion on it, okay? But what I'm saying is when when he was going around LA saying he came back and I want to fight Pacquiao in a rematch, and Pacquiao said no rematch, all of a sudden his hand get wrapped up. He gained about 30, 40, 50 pounds. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden he don't want to compete no more. First it was I'll be back in January, beginning of next year. All of a sudden it was the middle of next year. Now he walking around looking like fucking a heavyweight. And when he look at Errol Spence, he never envisioned himself beating Errol Spence. So when I see somebody like him that talk all that junk about, EJ the second best welterweight behind me, or Crawford too small, I beat Crawford. When he do all that talking, you know what I'm saying? But when he get pressed, he starts shaking in his boots. You know what I'm saying? He just here for the money, and that's been a long time. Keith Thurman ain't wanted to be the best welterweight in a long time. When you think you can't, when he don't think he can beat Errol Spence. And if you can't beat the pinnacle in the division, if he the best in the division, or you say Crawford the best in the, and you ain't willing to fight him, you tell him, I need a whole bunch of money. He just in the game for the big paydays now, or for the paydays. And like I said before, him and Danny Garcia, I can't put Shawn in that class. Him and Keith and Danny, you know, when it's a dude saying, well, I fight, come on, let's fight. And you don't want to go get a title, and you rather just nickel and dime, you know, fighters, $1 million here, $2 million here, nickel and dime until you get one big payday, and y'all let them build up Errol. Before they built up Errol, ain't none of them was saying Errol name. You know what I'm saying? Errol couldn't get a fight when Errol got a belt. Before Errol got a belt, until Errol got started fighting on pay-per-view, when they seen Errol on pay-per-view, all of a sudden, all of them wanted to fight. Then the risk was worth the reward fighting Errol then. But Keith Thurman still didn't want to fight him. Before Errol made it to pay-per-view money, Shawn didn't want to fight him. Danny didn't want to fight him. And Keith still don't want to fight him. He said Spence ain't deserve to fight him. Man, the hell about it. That dude had a belt. If you got a belt, you deserve to fight any other champion in the division. When Spence had a belt, he still don't want to fight. Spence got 2 belts. And you still ain't heard nothing from Keith Thurman. Spence got 2 belts, and Keith Thurman ain't said he talked about Manny Pacquiao rematch. So when you don't want to fight the best guy in the division, the pinnacle in the division no more, then what you here for? Retire. He just want to be a middle of the road fighter in the opportunities. That's all he want to be, is a middle of the road fighter. Get a payday here. Then he don't want to fight the next best guy, Terence. You know what I'm saying? He just want the payday. And I ain't talking about the candy bar. You know what I'm saying? You can't respect that, dog. He did the same thing with Kell Brook. You know, remember when that was a Kell Brook? I think Keith Thurman was trying to fight Kell Brook. Or whoever it was. Before he went and retired, he was trying to get a big fight. It was Kell Brook and Pacquiao or something. And he didn't get that big fight. He went away for 22 months. He went away for like 22 months. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to compete at the highest level in this division, either move up or retire. He wasting our time. And that go for Danny Garcia as well. He an opportunist. He waited till Errol Spence showed some chinks in his armor. He got a couple, but now it's worth it. These dudes ain't competitors, man. They opportunists. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame. It's a god awful shame. But like I said for Shawn Porter, man, he obviously needs to come on and say something. If he come out and make a relevant clip saying, hey, I'm enjoying my life, me and Al thinking about doing something later in 2020, we gonna do something else. Eventually, maybe I'll get I'm really targeting an Earl Spence rematch. He tweeted that out about a week ago. I want an Earl Spence rematch, but that's not gonna happen. Not right now. And I'm telling you, these dudes gonna get wiped up. I'm telling you, these dudes, they don't get out this division now, they gonna get wiped up. The Dannys, the Keiths, the Shawn, somebody gonna seriously beat their ass. For real. Somebody seriously gonna beat them up. Watch what I tell you. The inactivity, you got dudes like Boots who just got as many fights as Keith Thurman almost. You got dudes that's active. You got the Barrioses. He about to rematch my man's. My man's probably gonna be at the he probably gonna be at welterweight in a minute too. The dude that he just had a tough fight with. You gonna have Teofimo there in no time. Devin gonna be there in no time. Regis, Josh Taylor, Jose Ramírez gonna be up there really, really soon. Come on, man. A lot of them dudes ain't never moved up in weight. So Shawn need to call his shot now. Like, man, look here, man. I ain't scared of nobody. Me and Bud can do it. And if they ain't hopped on the phone and talked about it, well, it ain't gonna happen. But everybody want to sit here and use Shawn Porter as a fullback or as a bodyguard for Errol Spence. Tell him to come out here and just drop a little video, drop a little tweet. That take a matter of seconds and say if you don't want that fight. Sorry, Charles, salute. Do you want to fight with Bud? Don't you want to fight with Bud? But for Bud, that's a fight that does nothing for him because in this world of Facebook or YouTube boxing critics or Twitter boxing critics or Instagram boxing critic, be real. If you don't really care for Bud, are you gonna give him credit for being Shawn Porter? No. Oh, Shawn Porter came off a loss and Errol Spence softened him up. So at the end of the day, the only way Crawford gonna get his respect is by legitimately going in there and beating his other champions. And he still may not get his respect after beating the other champions. Henry Brown says, scary time, Shawn Porter don't want it, mine. Salute. Shawn, at the end of the day, I wish he come out there and say something, but let's move on, man. And I kind of go back to that in a minute, man, and then we kind of talk about Canelo, then I go to the next subject. I kind of fit subjects in between today. Canelo is supposed to come back May 2nd. It was told to me that he was going to fight Billy Joe Saunders next. His coach just came out and said he's standing at 68 right now. That's the best way for him. I think that's a smart move. Going up to 75, dropping down to 160 pounds, that ain't a good look for Canelo Alvarez, all right? So Canelo, two opponents are now Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. I remember when Callum Smith, I was out and about shopping, and somebody was telling me Callum Smith was getting beat up by John Ryder, and he got a gift decision. And all of a sudden, somebody was like, "Oh, Canelo is probably gonna fight him now." So that Callum Smith had a bad fight with John Ryder, a fight that a lot of people I heard thought he should lose. Now Canelo put him on the wish list. So Canelo, another one of them dudes who are opportunists. He wait for you to slow down. He wait for you to show holes in your game. So now he's supposed to be competing at 68 for the time being. So it's between Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith. If he so happens not to choose between the two should fight each other, which that's a fight that should have been happened. You got one guy that got the ring belt in Callum Smith and the Super WBA belt. You got another guy in Billy Joe Saunders who holds the WBO belt. I don't think neither one of them going to set the world on fire as well. So at the end of the day, I think Canelo probably going to choose Billy Joe Saunders. But I do know that Gennady Golovkin is going to be fighting March 28th, they say, in Chicago versus Kamil Zamata, where he may be as high as a 25-1 favorite. But it's already said that Canelo is probably gonna fight him on Mexican Independence Day weekend in September. So Canelo Alvarez is going to choose between Billy Joe and Callum Smith. I heard that fight announcement should be coming soon. I'm not sure if the Zone got a show coming. I know they got one in this. They got one coming up January 30 or 30th or 29th for Tevin Farmer or something like that, Super Bowl weekend. So we gotta wait and see what really happens with Canelo Alvarez, but the opponents are Billy Joe Saunders and the opponents are Callum Smith. No Caleb Plant. He on the wrong side of the street. So he gonna be taking on one of them, and Canelo probably gonna be competing at 168 for now on. So it's been Chris Eubanks Jr. said that they was going to upgrade him to the Super WBA champion because they didn't count on Canelo coming back down to 160. So Canelo really holding up multiple divisions. Because if he don't come down to 160 and hold that WBA hostage, then Chris Eubanks is going to be the intern. Ryota Murata is going to be the regular. So at the end of the day, he will be holding up a big UK fight between Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, and obviously he'd be holding up a unification class between Chris Eubanks Jr. and Demetrius Andrade. He said Henry Brown said, yo, Cassidy career over like Bud with Arsenal. The whole division, man. He said, please get Porter some water. Turn Spence mic up, Spence down, Bud the Arsenal. Salute, bro. Appreciate the super chat. Uh so, it is what it is. Ideal Perez, salute. So I don't know what's going. I don't know exactly when Canelo making this announcement, but if I had to bet, it's probably going to be Billy Joe. And if he want to slight Golovkin one more time, it'd probably be Billy Joe then Callum Smith. But it'll be interesting if he picked one of them dudes to fight in the UK. But Billy Joe Saunders, I mean, he ain't really looked good since the Oxford thing. But when Billy Joe Saunders had beat up David Lemieux, he was looking like the supernova. Eric Gomez came out and said Canelo had no interest. He wasn't fighting that style. So, um, if he looked like he did versus Kovalev, then I like Canelo over Billy Joe. And I wonder would he put a rehydration clause on Billy Joe? If he put one on Callum Smith definitely going to sleep. I heard he looked bad struggling with his weight or his energy level versus John Ryder. So, um, Canelo will fight a suspect Lemieux before Plant and David Benavidez. David Lemieux came back. He didn't look too good, but he coming back soon in February. So I don't know who he's just exclusively fighting in Canada these days. But I think he has super middleweight. But yeah, he pretty much done. But he had a big punch over his career. Just really never developed a lot. He said Darnell Billman will KO Canelo like he did Adonis. Almost Ward watch. He almost stopped. He really beat Kovalev. He got robbed. But that's what's going on with Canelo. Let's talk about the IBF and our fit stories in between. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. News, give me 1 second. News wise, but Dr. Blick, what's going on? Well, let's talk about the IBF situation. They ordered an interim title fight for Errol Spence belt between the IBF mandatory guy. I call him Qdoba. He just beat Luis Collazo a couple months ago in Sergey Lipinets. So let me see. Let me kind of look up what they got going here. But yeah, they trying to make that fight. Offered an open invitation to fight to that fight. It was some rumors that fight between Qdoba and Lipinets, the IBF mandatory, that's supposed to be Errol Spence mandatory, could have ended up on a Wilder Fury 2 undercard. Now, the Wilder Fury 2 undercard was also supposed to feature Adam Kanowski and Kubrat Pulev had Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Josh because he would have dropped the IBF belt, and then he would have fought Alexander Usyk, his WBO mandatory, but they going to let Anthony Joshua keep both belts. It looked like Alexander Usyk is going to fight Derek Chisora in the UK, and Joshua going to fight Pulev probably in the UK. So with that being said, now Kanowski is fighting Robert Helationis. So I don't know, in New York, March 7th. I don't know what happened to Dominique Brazil and my Deontay Wilder voice, but that's what's going to be going on with that. They should just put Kanowski and Helacious on a Helacious, whatever his name is, on a Wilder undercard. But it is what it is. But it was told to me that the IBF mandatory dude we call Qdoba, I don't know how to pronounce his name. before it was known that he was going to do an intern bout, and that's always been a possibility since Errol Spence crashed. He was going around telling people that at the fights in Reno that he was going to fight Errol Spence next, and that's what I told you guys. Errol Spence was intended to tune up. Now people say you hating on Earl, you lying on Earl. Like I said before, this Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence talk that started with me. My plug told me, and everybody saying I made a call or this dude. No, they got that shit from me. I got that. I got that fresh off the presses. Soon as it happened, I got that off the presses. All right, but it is what it is. You can't knock it. But yeah, it was put to me that Errol Spence was always going to tune up versus the IBF guy. So Errol Spence was lying on TV again talking about Danny was next. No, he wasn't gonna fight Danny next. He was gonna fight the IBF mandatory like somebody with common sense would. You know what I'm saying? Not then he was gonna fight Danny Garcia after that. You know, so I don't know why they didn't why he didn't want to say that. He came out saying I'm the king, no tune ups. He was gonna tune up versus the IBF guy, but now it opens the door for people to believe me when I said Pacquiao Earl Spence was gonna happen next. You know, because now if they ordered an intern bout, they must have told the IBF that they're gonna take a voluntary, and that voluntary still could be Danny, it could be another tune-up, or it could be Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But after they fight for that interim title, the IBF is real strict on mandatory. So, like I say this, I'll talk about Lipinets and Qudratillo, whatever his name is, in 1 second. You know, but put it to you this way: when people saying, "Oh, Earl gonna fight Bud," they have no intentions on that fight because if Errol Spence beat Manny Pacquiao, then he got an IBF mandatory. He got to fight in a certain amount of time. So him and Pacquiao fight in June. He gonna have to make that fight by probably November, December. Then he gonna have to, if not, maybe next year. Then he would have to come back and fight WBC mandatory versus Danny Garcia. So the earliest you're looking at him fighting Bud is 2021. But what this does do is Lipinets is number 2 in the WBO. Somebody tell me I know Danny is number 1. So if Danny get past Ivan Reddick and Pacquiao and Spence do fight, Danny and Terence Crawford should fight. You know what I'm saying? They should fight. But like I said again, Errol Spence is just a big ass liar. And people say they hopped on the phone, this and that and the third. I told y'all, dude, don't believe nothing he's saying. And as soon as I was saying that, then it came out that Pacquiao requested to fight him. If he fight Pacquiao, then he tied up for another year. Now I was listening to Champside. He had caught the PBC podcast. Shout out to him. And Errol and Derek James is, according to his words, and I got to start listening to the PBC podcast, is watching Errol Spence closely. He said they ain't really did no sparring yet. They just working on reaction time, seeing if he can see punches coming in and stuff of that nature. And like I said before, dangerous fight with Pacquiao. I think coming back versus a mandatory that can move a little bit like Qdoba, that's dangerous. But they was going around Reno, and my man was telling me they was going around Reno, and these two different sources. Today I found out they was going around Reno at a top rank card telling everybody Errol Spence was next. They was going around Reno telling, "Oh, we fighting Errol Spence next." And my other guy told me, he said, "Yeah, Errol Spence preferred to fight the IBF mandatory," but he came on TV and said Danny Garcia. But you can put 1 and 1 together though. Tyrone, salute. You can put 1 and 1 together. You know what the 1 and 1 is? The 1 and 1 is, you think Danny Garcia gonna fight in January and then come back April, May, June? No, Danny Garcia probably fight twice a year. Danny Garcia now about to fight Ivan Redneck in January and then come back in April or May or June and fight Errol Spence, unless it was for Manny Pacquiao. So Errol was gonna fight the IBF guy, then he was gonna fight Danny at the end of the year. But that is what it is, man. Henry Brown said, I got White beating Du Bois beating Joyce Kanowski winning his fight. Wilder by KO over Fleury. or Fury by split decision. AJ beating Pueb. Derek Chisora winning the fight. Uh, I'll talk about heavyweight. I'll talk about Dillian White in a minute. I got you. But that's what's going on. But at the end of the day, anytime you say something different against Earl Spence, no matter how many sound clips I show him lying, how many sound clips he or how many people say they see him being a hypocrite or whatever it may be. When people say, "Oh, he got on the phone with Crawford," the fight gonna happen. The fight not happening no time soon. If he fight Manny Pacquiao, don't be surprised if he fight Manny Pacquiao and he relinquish the belts, because by them ordering an interim title fight, that means Earl Spence is probably requested for a voluntary. So if he requested for a voluntary, either it's going to be a tune-up, the WBC fight title limiter between Danny Garcia and Ivan Reddick, or it's going to be Manny Pacquiao. Only three. You know what I'm saying? So if he come back, and I don't see Danny Garcia coming back in 6 months or whatever it is, going to camp, coming out of camp, fighting him. So Earl 2020 is probably going to be Pacquiao, vacation season, or Pacquiao, the IBF mandatory. If Lipinets can beat him, it'll be Pacquiao, Lipinets. Then 2021, it might even be just Pacquiao this year, and then next year it'll be Lipinets if he beat him, and then Danny Garcia in 2021. So if Earl fighting in the middle of this year, I don't think Earl going to come back until late 2020 or early 2021. So if he fight Pacquiao this year and get that money, and then he win, he probably gonna fight his IBF in January 2020, 21, then Garcia 2021. So unless he fight 3 times in 2021, he ain't gonna fight Bud till at least 2021 late or 2022. And I told y'all what it is. Y'all believe in this he's a clown. Here we brought a super chat. Scary Spence, Sugar Tank is their name. Sugar Tank, Scary Spooky Spence. Jeff Boxer, salute. But no matter if whatever I say come true, people gonna forget it. Somebody else gonna do a video and get credit for it. It's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. These dudes don't know none of the stuff I know. They watch my channel, they steal the content, they regurgitate it, they put some lies on it. Nothing. These dudes ain't got no pool. How many times can I break a story first? You know what I'm saying? When you gonna break one? Not using Carpenter, not World Boxing News, not Boxing Scene, not Twitter. Come on, how many times you seen legitimately these other YouTube channels break news? Salute whoever. Oh, Carpenter said, Stevie Kemp said, Lance Pugmire said, Kevin Aioli said. How many times these dudes get interviews and everything? How many times have you seen these dudes legitimately break news? How many? You don't see it often. You don't see, I don't have no plug, man. I know for a fact when dudes are in a room with a particular guy that's at the top of PBC and he don't tell them shit. For sure. I know when they're in the room with the top dogs. And they don't come out, if you don't come out the room and you chilling with somebody at their crib or at their place of, one of their places, and you don't come out with no news, come on, man, tell me. Yeah, I know Danny number 1. Don't mean Danny gonna take it. Lipinets number 2. But look at Lipinets and Qdoba. That's a good fight. That Qdoba kid got a lot of good footwork. Lipinets don't have great footwork, and that's the reason he lost to Mikey Garcia. So I would favor Lipinets because he carry a bigger punch. But when you put them Eastern Europeans in a fight together, you put them in a ring together, they gonna give you one of the best fights you ever seen. I think Lipinets and that Qudratillo, whoever do to beat Luis Clazo, the IBF mandatory, if they do an interim fight, I wouldn't mad if that was on the Wilder pay-per-view undercard, because they gonna throw down like Derevchenko and Triple G did. That's why these Eastern Europeans don't like fighting each other. They gonna throw down. DW23, salute. They gonna throw down. That's gonna be a good fight. Whoever got the better chin gonna win. I think Lipinets got a lot more power to him. But if he can box like he did versus Galazzo, I favor Lipinets. You probably gonna get Lipinets and Spence. You probably gonna get Lipinets and Spence. Henry said Crawford got a belt like Spence asked. Now he got to fight Porter. Yo, Spence is a B word. Porter lost all his major fights. He ain't even got a belt. Thought unification's Trump. Well, he about to unify with Manny Pacquiao. Possibly. We can't really do nothing about that, but I hope Lipinets and Qdoba land on the Wilder Fury undercard. That's gonna be a nice little fight, man. A real good fight, man. Them Eastern Europeans, I see why they don't fight each other because they go to war. And I think it's a lot of bragging rights between them. I still want to see Kovalev and Berterbia, even though Kovalev ain't got that many miles left on his body. I still want to see that fight. I'll probably go to the movies and watch it. You can't never be disappointed spending $20. So I really don't have no. I spent $20 on two pay-per-views last year. The two, I mean, was it three? Three. I spent $60 on pay-per-view last year. I went to the movie, seen Thurman and Pacquiao. That was cracking. That was worth it. Spencer Porter, that definitely was worth it, especially the Barrios fight. And I seen Wilder and Ortiz too. So yeah, that was pretty worth it. Wilder getting a knockout. So I was entertained. I mean, when you spend $100 on something, you don't get your money's worth. That's $100. I don't care who you is. Don't nobody ever want to lose $100. And when you spend $100, 75, I just say 75, 85. That's $100. When you spend that type of money, that's like you dropping $100 bill on the street and losing it. Don't nobody want to lose no money like that. So my expectations is low. When I spend a dub, I go in there, I stop at my little Greek restaurant, get my food. You know, at minimum, I get some popcorn, and I sit there and I watch the entire televised card. There's a bunch of fight fans in there, comfy reclining seats. So I really ain't losing. I'm probably gonna spend $20 on some more stupid shit. Now, if you tell me it's $60, $70, $110 or $100 pay-per-view card, and I'm not happy about that at all. I ain't got to worry about nobody chipping in. You got your money. Oh, my house being dirty. I can just drop popcorn on the floor at the movie theater and keep it moving. Henry stupid. So that's how I feel about it. But, you know, at the end of the day, for Spence, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people going to see what I'm saying. They'll see what I'm saying. He gonna end up doing them. He gonna fight Pacquiao if that's true. He gonna have two mandatories, and then going into 2020, at the end of 2021 or going into 2022, we still gonna be talking about that fight. We supposed to have Crawford and Spence in 2019. We supposed to have it in 2020, 2021. A lot of things can happen in 2 or 3 years. You know, God don't guarantee you gonna be walking around breathing, you know, tomorrow. And they taking it for granted, and they doing everything to protect Errol Spence from Terence Crawford. Look at AJ and Wilder. You know, it was 2019, 2020. We definitely ain't getting in 2020, 2021, 2022. Like, come on, man. They marinating fights that don't even need to be marinated, man. You know, it don't make no sense. But I want the IBF fight between Qdoba and Lipinets. I want that on the Wilder Fury undercard. But as we talking about the Wilder Fury undercard, Demetrius Sautia, whatever his name is, that he got the promotional company. He got like Jermaine Franklin. He co-promote with Cohen. He great wasn't a game Cohen. He co-promotes Jarrell Miller. They said that Jarrell Miller could be signing the top rank. So I guess Jarrell Miller signing the top rank wasn't official. So when he didn't sign he hasn't signed the top rank yet, but you can see Jarrell Miller come back on top rank probably on the preliminary. So they say it's a good chance that Miller is going to be on the preliminary card of Wilder Fury 2. So I'm not sure who he's going to fight. With his first fight on top rank, it's probably going to be a tomato can. So right now you got Amir Khan making his second fight with top rank versus Javier Molina. Gabriel Flores is going to be on the undercard. And now you probably can pencil in Jarrell Miller on the undercard. So you got 3 undercard fights or preliminary card fights probably for top rank already due. Top rank get 3 prelim cards, 3 prelim fights on the Wilder Fury 2 undercard, and they get 1 televised fight on the televised card. So it seemed like top rank is filled the prelims. The prelims will be simultaneously shown on a Fox platform and an ESPN platform. Okay, so that's what they're gonna be doing. Fox and ESPN gonna both, stream both of the fight cards. So PBC is yet to leak what fights they're gonna put on the Wilder Fury undercard or the prelim. So it seemed like Top Rank may have one more fight to field. That'll be on the televised portion. And then PBC still got 4 fights to field. So ain't nothing really leaked out about what PBC thinking. I really don't know. I know that Benavidez could be and versus Uterman could be one. Kanowski gonna be fighting March 7th, so he not gonna be on there. So we'll see what they think. Will PBC actually put money into the card, or won't they put money into the card? That is the question. The reason why the tickets probably marked up so high is because Top Rank is handling the tickets. Usually PBC is more affordable. I believe Top Rank or somebody else bought all the tickets and they reselling them at face value. So Top Rank is handling the gate. I believe Top Rank is handling the credentials. I know Top Rank is producing the pay-per-view, so you got to buy it through ESPN Plus to get the pay-per-view. So you might get some type of deal. If you buy the pay-per-view, you might get a year ESPN Plus or whatever. So they always running deals. So he said Miller versus Ruiz will be good. That ain't gonna happen. Miller first fight on Top Rank is gonna be versus Tomato King. Them prelim cards, it's gonna be showcasing talent. They gonna showcase talent on them cards. But yeah. Other than that, let's talk about Bud. All right, they signed Josh Taylor today. As you know, Cyclone Promotions, Barry McGuinness, Hall of Fame fighter, said that Josh Taylor breached his contract and he already got litigation with other fighters like Carl Frampton. But hey, Josh Taylor is with Top Rank for now, and it's still not known exactly what they're gonna do with Josh Taylor. And I can tell y'all some things what they thinking about real quick. Um, give me a minute. So this is what. Hold on, make sure I ain't missed nothing. All right. He said once Ramírez is done with his mandatories, can fight Taylor, and the winner can get Bud. They're taking Taylor so he can go to 47. Another thing is Ramírez might go up first and fight Taylor later. Excuse me, he said Ramírez might go up first to fight Bud, and then Taylor can go up and challenge Bud after Ramírez get his shot. Said Bob Smart. If Josh beats Ramírez and unifies, then him and Crawford would be a super fight, same as Ramírez if he beat Taylor. So yeah, that's what's going on. He said if that was the case, Ramírez will get if Ramírez did go up, Ramírez would get Bud first, and then Joshua will get him, and then Zepeda will pick up one of Ramírez's belts, I believe, or even Taylor belt. So it's a lot going on. So they not sure what's going to happen with Josh Taylor. Is they going because I heard Ramírez don't want to fight his second mandatory. Jack Contrella, whoever that dude is who beat Harry Davies. I seen him fight neutral natural. He ain't that good. But also, what's not being talked about here is Regis Prograis. So Regis Prograis, he don't have a network contract. So he talking to Eddie. He signed to Lou. He can go to ESPN. Lou DiBella talked to the Boxing Voice talking about he may want to put Regis Prograis on Top Rank if they get the right deal going. So if Top Rank sign up Regis Prograis, then Bud is pretty much going to be reloaded. So you can see Bud fight anywhere from Regis, Taylor, Ramírez. You can see all them fight each other if they bring Regis on. So it depends on what Regis doing. Eddie might offer Regis a fight with Mikey Garcia, but for Mikey Garcia, it's getting real slim over at the zone. It's getting real slim. Because if Top Rank sign Regis Prograis, then who on the zone Mikey got to fight? All of the 147 pounders, ain't none of them with the zone. Jesse Vargas coming back down to 47 to fight Mikey. The 140-pound division, Mikey gonna be conquering nobodies. Robbie Jr. probably gonna get one of the loose belts. Broner gonna try to get a loose belt. So if you look at the 140-pound division, if all them do end up moving up and those belts become free, Mikey Garcia gonna be beating nobodies on his own, and they probably gonna overpay him for beating nobody. So look at the division, okay? Other than the champions you got there, you're going to maybe have Barrios is the only PBC guy hanging in there. Postal still over there. He about to get a shot at Ramírez. Zepeda, he's still down there. Barashnik, he's still down there. Anthony Yaget, he's still down there. You got some UK guys down there. Selden, he's still down there. Broner, he ranked number 8 in the WBA. The Bakhtar guy that fought Barrios is still down there. Rancis is there. And that's pretty much it. Maurice Hooker going back down. So Mikey Garcia probably gonna fight Hooker for a belt. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have Broner get a belt. You're gonna put Easter in a position to get a belt. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna see down there. Mikey gonna be in position to get a belt. Him and Hooker probably gonna fight, and it's gonna, Teofimo Lopez gonna be up there. You know what I'm saying? So you might see them might do a Teofimo Lopez and Mikey fight. So Mikey might have a little bit of competition down there if he willing to fight with. He willing to play nice with Top Rank. He willing to play nice with PBC. So he said Mikey ain't commit on his own. He can jump ship. No, I think he's staying. With Pacquiao not fighting him, he's staying. You know what I'm saying? He's not going back to Premier Boxing Champions. He was only going to go back to PBC for Pacquiao. That's why he signed the deal he did with his own. Mikey going to end up staying on his own. Yep, and the zone might retain Reach's Progress, and Progress might stay up 40. Fight Mikey, maybe try to do some deals and fight Hooker and stuff of that nature. So for Regis, it might be smart to stay with the zone. They overpay you to fight Hooker, to fight Mikey. Them winnable fights. You put Regis over there at the jungle. He already got bullied by Josh Taylor. Jose Ramirez don't want nothing to do with him. He moved up to fight Crawford. He probably going to get beat. I mean, shit, would you think Regis Progress can beat Shawn Porter? So who y'all like, Shawn Porter versus Regis Progress? That's a good question. Triple H, salute. Fight or die, salute. Because Zepeda going to get a title shot. Probably an easy one. I already know that. I'm not going to get into detail about Zepeda. That's personal stuff. I ain't trying to get in trouble on here. Had nobody lawyer contacting me. So they owe Zafner some things with Zepeda. So at the end of the day, what you look at, Josh Regis or Porter, you know what I'm saying? GT Entertainment said he got a toss-up, but he rolled with Shawn. Marcus Gray said he rolled with Porter. Ricky E, he rolled with Porter. All right, then, hey, man. All right, let's go to another one. Regis Progress versus your Dennis Hughes. Who y'all got in that one? Hughes versus Progress. Matter of fact, this all right. I'm gonna, instead of us going back and forth, out of Hughes, Lipinets, Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman. Who do you got Regis Progress beating out of them four? Out of them four, which ones does Regis Progress beat? Hughes, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, and Shawn Porter. Do we beat any of those, or do we lose to all of them? Neutral say Progress upset over Hughes. So that's an interesting question. Do we beat any of them? That's the question. Does he beat any of those guys? I can see him beating Hughes. I can see him giving Danny a run for his money, possibly. Justin say Lipinets and maybe Danny. Hughes and Porter he beats. Thomas Warner salute. Vid say Hughes and Lipinets and maybe Thurman, depending on how he come back. I think Progress beat Lipinets and Hughes. Maybe Hughes GT. Jeff say Progress matches up well with Danny. 50-50 with Hughes. Hughes, a wild card loses to Shawn. Progress. Kip Bud say none. Robert Reed say Progress over Hughes and Lipinets. Maybe Danny, but Danny always got a shot. Maybe Keith. He's starting to decline. I think dude taking an L on all Brandon Shabazz. Thurman Thurman he might get upset since his body's soft and baby baby booty. So I mean, at the end of the day, he can stay at 40. I don't know how his body works. I know he kind of he missed weight a couple times or had problems making weight. But if Real Regis can stay at 40, he might need to do the Costa Zoo until things clear up. Because then if Eddie and Top Rank work together, you got Zepeda, you got Hooker, you got Mikey, you're going to have Teofimo Lopez, and you might have Devin Haney at 40. So 140 going to reload. So he going to have a ton of fights over there. He going to have an edge. He going to be physically bigger than a lot of those guys with more experience. In his zone, probably going to pay Regis more money than anywhere else. Progress beats Danny Lipinets, maybe Yugas. Product of NYC. Salute. What's going on, family? So you look at that situation. I think Regis better stay in that 40 if he can make it. I think he better stay in that 40. Standing with the zone, mixing it up with T.O., mixing it up with Mikey and Hooker and guys of that nature. And Mikey got to win versus Vargas. And if he don't get Pacquiao, then Mikey going down to 40. Sarge says Yugas, Lipinets, Thurman at this point. Him and Danny may be the best matchup. Make him fight backwards, but Regis can get caught. Kobe 2K fan, salute. He said progress coming loss, we'll see. But yeah, he gonna have a tune-up somewhere in there. 140 about to be the most stacked division in boxing. Vid. Yeah, I agree. I had to just look at it in my mind. You know Sugar Tank ain't coming up. Shout out to Henry. Sugar Tank ain't coming up. So you have Rancis, you would have Zepeda, you still gonna have like Jack Contrella, whatever his name is. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of guys. You still have Barrios there. The guy Barrios had a tough fight with. And 40 gonna be heat. 40 gonna be heat. It ain't. I mean, 47 might be less dangerous if you think about it. If you think about it, 47 might be most dangerous. You think Aaron will move Taylor and Crawford up at the same time? Move Taylor and Crawford. I heard it's a possibility they could fight each other. I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen. Could be. Reese better be careful fighting top option 40. Haney moved to 40 later this year. I'm telling you, he might be better at 40. I mean, it might be less dangerous at 47 because everybody at 47, oh. Shawn Porter, oh, he done did everything. He got a ton of scar tissue and been beat up. Keith Thurman, he got beat up. Danny Garcia been through the ringer. Lipinets, he just moved up and he kind of getting up there. I mean, Yugas. Lipinets don't got that many fights. He was a kickboxer. I'm telling you, 47 might be a safer zone if he can move up. For real. It might be a safe zone. Because 47 got a lot of young guys, full of energy, not that much scar tissue. They ready to bang. T.O. gonna be up there. Devin gonna be up there. Barrios, the guy that Barrios had a tough fight with, they supposed to be rematching. 40 about to be spooky. You gonna have Hooker back there. Flanagan gonna reemerge. Barashnik's still there. He's still a tough out. Mikey Garcia probably go back down. Regis stay down there. Yeah, it's gonna be a danger zone. Broner gonna try to get a belt. Rancis down there. Easter down there. That's gonna be a dope division. Does he have power at 47? I don't know, but he definitely got speed. And he definitely ain't been through the car wash like a lot of those fighters. 47 about to be upset season there pretty soon. Ennis chomping at the bits. Rashidi chomping at the bits. Dudes gonna want they respect there, but they putting up a nice farm system from Crawford. And I just got some news today, so they talking about that. Nothing really serious going on between Crawford and Patrick Teixeira team, but they talking about doing that fight. I think that's a dangerous fight for Crawford. Lito Ross say Ennis taking over 47. Yeah, he looking like the truth. He got to go through the rites of passage though. He got to fight the tough journeymans and the tough contenders and stuff of that nature. He got to earn his way up there, but he looking real good. He looking real good. He looking real good. So, like I said before, they building up a nice little stable for Bud. You know what I'm saying? If Bud just stay clean and don't drink and stay in shape, he gonna have some fights. Earl Spence ain't gonna be ain't gonna be his pinnacle. And it's gonna be tough, you know what I'm saying? I think Porter, Thurman, and Danny Garcia expiration date's coming. I think Errol expiration date coming to move up. So he definitely gonna be fighting a lot of young lions, man. And who knows? You might see a Teofimo Lopez versus Terence Crawford pay-per-view. Before you know it, you might see Devin Haney versus Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, Ball Game 15. Yeah, I think I figured out why my stream was messing up because I was on my phone on YouTube at the same time. Appreciate it, family. Ball Game 15 in the Cash App. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, man. Salute to everybody that donate, man. All that information in the description. Cash App, PayPal. Most of y'all know Super Chat be tripping sometimes. Trying to see how I'm doing on FanDuel. Drummond got me 60 points, bro. I'm gonna tell you my lineup tonight. I'm gonna tell you my lineup tonight. This is one of them. I'm gonna start posting my lineups on Instagram after they done. I had Damian Lillard got me 20. They getting blew out by Minnesota, so they gonna try to keep going. He got 20 basically at the half. Josh Richardson, he got me 38 basically, 37.9. They losing them. They just beating on Boston. I'll tell you who I got. Culver, he got 16 basically at the half for Minnesota. Carmelo jacking me off. No homo. Carmelo, he doing me wrong. He got 8 points at the half, but I ain't paid much for him. And Horford got me 42, and Drummond got me 60. I still got PJ Tucker left. Gillingsley Alexander from OKC, and I got Chris Paul left. Now my highest lineup, I got Kemba, he got 33. McCullum got 11 at the half. Tobias Harris, he ain't doing nothing, 32. Shit, Tristan Thompson got the 60 ball. Damn. And only 5% of people had Tristan Thompson. I got Horford in this one. Well, this one ain't looking too good because a few guys messed me over in that one. But Tristan Thompson got the 60 ball tonight. That's crazy. Tristan got the 60 ball. Whew. Tristan got the 60 ball. I don't know what made me pick him. But appreciate ball game 58. Rashidi need to lead Golden Boy. Rashidi got the Golden Boy because of Canelo. He had a good sparring session with Canelo. And Canelo put a good word in him with Oscar. But he says Haney and Bud Saga. It's a long way to go. I can't even say I don't know enough about Haney yet. But Hooker and Ramírez fight. Yeah, Ramírez just dominated him. You know what I'm saying? Hooker just got to learn some more finer tuned points. He got the reach. Ramírez ain't no hoe though, man. He earned my respect over the years, man. He really has. But other than that, man, Bud gonna have some opponents. Like I said, they doing some small talk with Patrick Teixeira team. So Bud can mess up Undisputed for 154 for PBC. If not, Ramírez is the next move for Bud. That's what I heard. Even his boy Bernie kind of hitting it on that one of the videos where he was in a little B&B gym. He hinted at that. He said Ramírez almost might be ready. So it's probably gonna be Ramírez. It's probably gonna be, if everything go according to plan, that PBC don't want to play along and he get no fight, Ramírez gonna be next. Yep, he probably gonna fight Ramírez on pay-per-view. Don't quote me on that. But if not, they got Teixeira, Ramírez. That's it. But if Shawn or Danny want to step up, I think they might feed him Danny. They might. But look here, if Bud don't fight a PBC fighter next, I'm gonna tell y'all this: he not fighting Errol Spence. Yeah, Samson Boxing is PBC. Sam and Lewis, yeah, they kind of under that banner a little bit. But at least one of his fighters is with Al, advised by Al. If Bud don't get a PBC fighter this year, if you see him fight Ramírez or Teixeira, or he don't fight a PBC fighter this year, he ain't gonna fight Errol Spence. Because they should be wanting him. They should be sending some goons over there to get that belt. Ugis, Lipinets, Jamal James, Josito Lopez, Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, all them dudes. If they don't send Bud over nobody to fight next, and Danny don't take the number one contender spot at the WBO, I'm telling you, it's zero chance you probably gonna get Crawford and Errol Spence. And Errol not gonna be able to fight Crawford till at least 2021 or 2022. So they don't have no intentions on making that fight. I'm telling you that. If you don't see Shawn get in the ring with Bud next, or Danny or Ugis, or somebody of that nature, and you see Bud fight Teixeira and move up a fourth division, or you see Bud move up to 154 pounds, or you see him fight Ramírez at 47, they move Ramírez to 40, 47, then it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You won't see that fight. So Bud is going to have to keep himself in shape, and his fate may be depends on his fate. His career might depend on Ramírez, Taylor. But I'm gonna tell you the wild card, and I just mentioned this man's name. Bud big fight probably gonna come versus Teofimo Lopez. If Tio beat Lomachenko, I'm telling you, Bud big fight gonna be, he gonna, what is he, 32 now? When he 34, 35, he gonna fight Teofimo Lopez. That's gonna be his biggest fight if Earl don't play ball with him. I'm telling you that. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, that's gonna be his biggest fight. Shit, if he hang around long enough, Jerron Ennis, Ryan Garcia, he gonna stick around that long. You're not gonna see him at his best. And Product NYC say mess around and Spence could lose to Pacquiao if he show up. And if Spence lose to Pacquiao, this is the question, and this is something I didn't really think about. If Spence lose to Pacquiao, do Bob Arum come up with the money and make Pacquiao and Crawford? Because Pacquiao is on a fight-by-fight deal. Now, it was told to me going into 2020 that this is Pacquiao last year fighting, and I guess unless Floyd say fight in 2021. So Pacquiao supposed to be retiring after this year. So if Pacquiao beats Spence, will Bob Arum make the Bud fight happen, or will PBC come up with the money for the Bud fight, or Pacquiao finally get the Mayweather fight? So a lot hinges on, we kind of, jumping the ship a little bit on Spence beating Bud. I mean, on Spence beating Pacquiao. Now, I kind of gave my synopsis on it yesterday. Like I said, I thought it was a tough fight going in the beginning. And I think if Derrick James don't properly evaluate Errol Spence, and he let Errol Spence go out there anything less than 100%, he going to lose. I ain't missing no word. My fandom is with the brother, Errol Spence, all day. All day. But if Pacquiao beat him, you probably going to see Mayweather come out, him have a soft touch, or retire. But if Bob can make him an offer from Walt Disney for Pacquiao and Bud, maybe you see it. Or maybe Pacquiao retire and relinquish the belts. So, if Pacquiao win, I mean, obviously, Crawford said if Porter beat Errol, he still wanted to fight Errol. So, maybe he still want to fight Errol. That fight will lose a pizzazz. But if Derrick James put that boy in position just to go for a money grab and he let him go out there and fight Pacquiao, even at 100%, I think that's still, to me, that's still a 55-45 fight in Errol Spence' favor. Be real with yourself. How big of a puncher is Errol Spence? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, what would you rate Errol Spence's punching power 1 to 10? What would you rate it? Jeff say 7 and 8. I see a lot of 7s. Mad Dog H. Ricky E 6. Jose KP. What's going on? 8. All right. What's one of the bigger punchers in the division ever? Then what would y'all? 8, 8, 5, 7, 6. He has a lot of volume. Hard hitter. It shouldn't be that long. 7, 7. I would creep around the 7 neighborhood, to be honest. You talking about the bigger the punchers in the division? I mean, Robinson had a lot of power if he's going up the middleweight knocking guys out. So I think it's around the 7 area. You know what I'm saying? I think he would have to wear out Pacquiao. Now, when you're talking about punching power, and it's more than punching power. I think Errol Spence's accuracy. I think the punch placement. I think his variety is pretty good. His body punching is pretty good. So I think it's a possibility that he can stop Pacquiao. I do. I think his jab set up a lot of things for him. So him at his best, I would expect him to clip Pacquiao in 11. I would. I think a lot of punishment to the Pacquiao body would be but him coming off this injury, anything less than 100%, he's gonna lose. He gonna lose. But the thing about it is, if they giving him the same treatment as Keith Thurman, Errol Spence got to throw more punches than Thurman did. If he throwing 1 or 2 shots at a time, he ain't throwing 3 or 4. Pacquiao gonna shoot shine and steal rounds too, man. But hopefully they do the right thing. Hopefully Derrick James evaluate him the right way, and he going there the best he can. But If he lose to Pacquiao, I mean, we ain't even having this conversation no more. If he beat Pacquiao, I still don't see him fighting him unless they throw Crawford a bone next. And I don't understand why Lipinets can't get a title shot. You know, I don't understand why Eucas can't get a title shot at Bud. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget, they building up a Miramon too. So they trying to make a Miramon bounce back. So that's another guy he can end up fighting. You know? He said he beat Spence like he beat Keith. A little bit different with Keith. Because Keith was so used to beating dudes on his bike pedal, on his bike, that when it was time for Keith to come forward, Keith kept resetting. I think Errol Spence naturally can come forward. But a lot of people say, oh, Errol Spence's chin is this good. I think Pacquiao is the biggest puncher Errol Spence fought. Pacquiao, we're going to learn a lot about Errol Spence's chin if he could take a Pacquiao left hand on the cheek, on the chin. People go, oh, he got a great man. Pacquiao, the way people describe Pacquiao punching power, it's unreal. He said Floyd will not let Spence come back and get the pack. You might be right. You might not. If he dealing with Dana White, I just think he gonna fight somebody else. He gonna fight an MMA fighter. Or maybe Pacquiao losing Errol Spence's bait to make the Floyd Mayweather fight. That could be a possibility. He said better not underestimate Lipinets. If he become, yeah, he can punch. Straight jab. He been getting better under Joe Goosen. He been getting a lot better. You know, but hey, also want to talk about some things I heard about Gary Russell. I don't know if I said this on live, but it was told to me that Gary Russell is promised Leo Santa Cruz next. He said Mosley told Floyd to get Pacquiao. Check out his punching power is unreal. But let's talk about they said Gary Russell is gonna get Leo next, but he can get Leo after the Tank fight. So Gary Russell could be getting a beat up Leo Santa Cruz. So Santa Cruz, if he lose to the Tank, if he lose to Sugar Tank Davis, then he would fight Gary Russell. He probably will retire after that. So Gary Russell got to wait to get Tank leftovers. It ain't no seniority list over there at PBC. They just got their favorites and they not favorites. If I'm Gary Russell, man, I just move on to something else. I hope Tevin Farmer beat JoJo Diaz. I fight JoJo for the IBF. And then I go after Lomachenko and do what I need to do. I do what I need to do. Mikey going back down to 40. They gonna give Gary Tank sloppy. Yeah, that's sad. You know. So we'll see. You never know. Tank might get in some trouble out there or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. But Leo, he hell bent on fighting Tank. He said he gassed out. He got a plan. But for Gary Russell, man, I wouldn't fight no Leo after he lose. He said Leo could never fight again. I wouldn't give an F. Yeah, I agree. He one of the most boring fighters I ever seen. He throws so many punches that ain't nobody getting dropped, ain't nobody getting hurt, ain't no. If you see Leo Santa Cruz on the undercard, just know it's about to go 12. Who gonna Mikey? Well, he gonna fight Vargas at 47 first, and if he don't get the Pacquiao fight, which is not looking like that's gonna happen, he gonna go down to 40. Hold on, real quick. Yeah, my bad. I got a call. My fault. But yeah, man. Yeah, Mikey could fight. At 40, Mikey could fight. Possibly, like I said, Teofimo Lopez if ESPN play nice. Maurice Hooker. I think some of them belts about to become vacated at 40. Zepeda, um, Barashnik. You still got Anthony Yaget, Jack Contrella. You got Adrian Broner going back down there. Robbie Jr., Ransom Bartholomew. So, so yeah, if you go down to 40, it's gonna be a lot of guys. So Devin Haney gonna be eventually up there. I heard that's a fight that the zone one that might make Devin Haney, Mikey Garcia. So I heard that coming out of there. So Mikey 40 gonna be stacked. Barrios, the guy he almost lost to on one of them undercards. So yeah, yep. Burchett Leo. Burchett been the decapitated Leo Santa Cruz. Earl really is perfect fighter to make Pacquiao look old. He is a machine in work rate with good punching, absorption, incredible strength, and incredible length. He's a whopping 72, folks. Too much for the old man. Red Cloud. Yeah, that's in the perfect world where he ain't coming off a car accident. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Pacquiao not gonna drain him, so he not gonna be look as drained as Margarito did. But one thing about him is once you punch with Earl Spence, he curl up. And Pacquiao gonna know how to take advantage of that. Pacquiao footwork, we'll see how good Errol Spence footwork is cutting the ring off. That's not an ideal matchup. Now I understand he got length, good long jab, stuff of that nature. But like I said before, if Pacquiao able to turn him, and run combinations on him, and Earl Spence don't punch with him, that's gonna be a difficult fight. But he is long, he is strong, he is tough. He do pack a punch. He do got the jab to keep Pacquiao at bay. But we gotta see if Earl Spence got the facial injuries. Even if in a perfect fight, I ain't never seen Earl Spence get hit by a puncher, and that goes for a lot of welterweights. I seen Shawn Porter jaw tested. I seen Keith Thurman take some punishment some punishment from Keith Thurman. I really ain't seen Earl Spence get punched by nobody. He got hit by Kell Brook, but how big of a puncher is Kell Brook? I don't know. So at the end of the day, you gotta see him get hit. I think that's the $1 million question about a lot of welterweights. Can they take it? And Pacquiao probably got the biggest punch in the division with that left hand, so that's something to look at. I wish Broner retired, to be honest. He supposed to be retired, but he said he told Ellie he coming back. Bachesky slipped on he's a killer. Yep. I seen him one time he got stopped. He said Westbrook got a nice ovation at OKC tonight. Oh, salute. Now he about to try to go ham. Watch. But yeah, man, let's talk a little bit about Dillian White. And then I'll open up for Q&A. Dillian White, I watched the interview on Sky where he said Wilder ducking him and he liked his dogs more than he liked people. I got to second that because I agree with him on that. And that he wanted to fight Wilder and Wilder been ducking him. He fought more top 15 opponents than Wilder did. He said Luis Ortiz was 1,000,000 years old. That's why Wilder beat him. But he never wanted to fight Luis Ortiz. That's my whole problem. Fury and AJ and all them started laughing at Ortiz. But at least AJ did make him an offer and Ortiz didn't take it. But they all call Luis Ortiz old, but nobody but AJ sent him an offer. All right. But hey, that is what it is. But I do think it's time for Deontay Wilder to smoke Dillian White. That's one of my most anticipated fights. I think he should smoke him right in the UK. And if he do go to the UK and fight Dillian White, that means Wilder's probably gonna fight on 2 networks this year. He's gonna fight on ESPN, and then he will go over there and fight on Sky. Maybe his fight will be in the United States and America. Maybe you get the DAZN money, but it's time. It's time to go ahead and ice Dillian White. Dillian White ain't nothing to run from. Obviously, Dillian White going around the UK preaching to the choir about Deontay Wilder not fighting him, but Deontay Wilder doesn't live in the United Kingdom. Deontay Wilder could care less what people think in the United Kingdom because as long as the United Kingdom enable a coward like Anthony Joshua, he can care less. When Dillian White embarrassed Wilder don't face no public backlash. People in America don't even know who Dillian White is. Dillian White don't want to fight on the cards over here. He fought on one card that was on the Ndongo Crawford undercard where he wasn't even televised. So Dillian White crying to nobody. Don't nobody care about Dillian White fighting Wilder in the grand scheme of American sports. It makes no difference. It makes no difference. It makes no difference. So if Dillian White actually want to make some noise, he should have fought Adam Kanowski March 7th, or he should come over to America and get on the Wilder Fury undercard, so people know who he is. Because Dillian White and Wilder don't do nothing for his American profile. Nothing. He just knocked out another heavyweight. Now he go to the UK and do a ton for him. Invite Joshua to the fight. He should take care of Dillian White next. Fucking Fury's trilogy. He should take care of Dillian White next. It makes no sense to have Dillian White. It's easy money. It's easy money. He treat him like Bermain Stavern. I fight him right in the UK. I invite Anthony Joshua. I train over there for about 6, 7 weeks, 5 weeks. I use that platform to emasculate Anthony Joshua. I use that platform to piss on his name. And at the end of the day, it is gonna be what it is. You can't make a coward fight. You can't make a coward fight. So at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder gonna have to bow down to Anthony Joshua and fight him in the UK. It's okay. It's okay to fight Anthony Joshua in the UK. I ain't mad at it. Hold on, I'm turn my heater on real quick. It's okay. Forgot I turned the heat down. Shit, heat bill be high as hell. You ready to cut somebody. But yeah, you just go ahead and fight him. That make too much sense. That makes too much sense. I mean, come on, man. You get to beat him up in the UK. And why before you beat him up, you get to blast Anthony Joshua on every radio station, television show you can. And you can negotiate the fight. Forget Wilder gonna have to go to the UK. It's over with. Wilder go to the UK, beat Dillian White. He beat Anthony Joshua. Come on, then you come back to the United States. You do the trilogy with Fury. Oh, come on, it makes no sense. He should just beat Dillian White. I don't care about Kanowski, Dominic Brazil. Beat Dillian White. Beat Joshua in the UK. And just be done with it. Wilder got to start thinking about retirement. It's nothing left. Once you become undisputed, you beat Dillian White. There's nothing left for you to do. There's nothing else for you to do. These boxers unless he want to break the title defense record. And if you want to break the title defense record, you can just go on a European tour, go on an Asian tour, go on an Australian tour, fighting their best fighters, and just break the record that way. You know what I mean? I mean, who break the title that way? I mean, some of the dudes on Joe Louis' resume you don't even recognize. Shit. But at the end of the day, you can't. I don't want to see him get retired. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead, beat up. Stop letting Anthony Joshua kind of ring it on. Just beat these dudes up. You got to go through Dillian White, go through him. If you got to go through another UK fighter, go through them too until you get AJ. Watch if he fight Dillian White in Wembley or the O2 or whatever the hell, or Principality Stadium. Watch AJ be nowhere to be found. AJ gonna be in Jamaica with his homeboys with his shirts off. No women. Watch, if I go over there, you gonna hear nothing from AJ. AJ gonna go, I'm in America. I'm in America. I'm chilling with the Pope in France. I'm in Antarctica ice fishing. Watch. Deontay Wilder could do a 10-week camp in the UK. You won't hear nothing from AJ. You won't even hear a bird chirp. He said White was busted with them things against Reeves and it was dropped. Yeah, it got dropped. He said can we all agree the 2-way rematch ish with Wild Josh Fury is stupid. I mean, it is what it is. I think they banking on this to make a lot of money. I ain't heard no promotion about the fight. Anybody heard some promotion? Anybody heard some promotion? I ain't seen a Fury Water, Day in the Life, and All Access, or I ain't heard a commercial. I ain't seen a promo. And don't forget that fight is what 5-6 weeks out. They talking about 2 million pay-per-views. They out their mind. They gonna wait till the national championship game and announce it. That's what they gonna do. They gonna wait till Monday, and they both probably gonna be where the national championship at this year. Anybody know the national championship at this year in college? Is it in New Orleans? Wherever it's at. I'm not sure where it's at. He's at 600,000 at best. I can see a number like that. Let me see where the national championship game is at. Let me see where the national championship game is at. I don't even know. I don't even know where this shit at this year. Hold on. Yeah, it's in New Orleans. So they probably both gonna be in New Orleans. So that's the way to go. But hey, man, I'm kind of with Dillian White. I want Dillian White to get his shot. That might be one of the most interesting mandatories you got. Name me a better interesting mandatory than that, especially in the heavyweight division. Joshua got Puev and Usyk, and if he got that mobility that he had versus Andy Ruiz, he probably gonna end up outboxing Usyk anyway. But hey, we gotta see. Maybe he bulk up for Usyk and give Usyk what he want, give him some FaceTime. But yeah, y'all got any questions? I'll answer some questions real quick. Then I'm gonna go watch this OKC game. Any questions? Boxing related? Shit, sports related. I take all questions. All questions. Said New Orleans. What up, Warden? The 504. No questions. He said, "Don't think Pac body too weak. I feel like Earl stopped him to the body in the fifth round. Fifth round? Fifth round? I don't know about that. You go to the body, you be susceptible to the head. Maybe right. I don't know. Pacquiao been stopped to the body since what? Early in his career. I'm gonna have to catch the replay, bro. Oh yeah, I've been on for a minute. Man. Had to restart it too. Which team is the best fit for Kyle Kuzma to be traded? Detroit. Bring his ass here. Bring his ass here. Eddie Spence versus Crawford cannot happen this year. At the end of the year, no, it ain't gonna happen. Unless they step. He got to fight. IBF don't take step asides, so he gonna have to fight the IBF mandatory. If Qdoba and Lipinets fight, he got to fight that winner at the end of the year, or top of next year, depending on when they order it. All that punishment Porter took was crazy to the body. Porter is one fighter. Pacquiao is another fighter. Different levels. It's a different fighter. Definitely different Earl Spence after the car accident. Different levels. It's a reason why. It's a reason why like Mayweather and Thurman didn't attack Pacquiao body. Pacquiao different than Shawn Porter. Usually get Shawn Porter back on the ropes. or moving backwards. Shawn Porter ain't gonna do nothing on the back foot a lot of times. Pacquiao, he got good. Even at this age, he got good foot movement. Step over, run the combination. So he give you a chance to hit the body. Maybe Earl do stop him to the body. You got who you got? Ramírez versus Taylor. I got Taylor, way better fighter. Ramírez strong. So is Taylor. But I like Taylor better boxer all the way around. He hit harder. You know what I'm saying? He got the footwork. I mean, people want to ignore Ramírez lost to fucking Cepeda. Cepeda ain't gonna beat Taylor on his best day. Ramírez got better, but Ramírez be struggling. Ramírez ain't fought nobody. Hooker, all right fighter, but like I said before, he still didn't want to fight Regis. Taylor beat him twice on Sunday, 18 times on Saturday. Any word on Andrade Charlo happened? I just heard that the zone was willing to offer him up to $10 million, and Charlo ain't say nothing back. So Packett may go the distance. Pack may go the distance. He may depending on what type of engine oil he got. Who you think Bud fight next? Probably Jose Ramírez. After he get done fighting Postal in China, Bomac said he want to come back in April. Might be a little bit longer than that. You think Spence could squeeze 3 fights in this year if he fight May? Absolutely not. That's not gonna happen. So if he fight May, he take 2 months off, June, July. He go in camp for 2 months. August, September. You know, he fight in October. Then what? No, hell no. He may not feel squeezing 2 fights this year. He fight Pacquiao. He ain't fighting again if that bag right. He probably gonna it be vacation season. He probably gonna fight Pacquiao, move up, or he'll drop that belt. So you think Wilder Fury 2 fight is the blueprint to Pac Man versus Bud or ESPN? No. Pacquiao he's a free agent. Pacquiao on a fight-by-fight deal with PBC. So Pacquiao can go wherever the fuck he want to go. Now, can PBC make him and Bud with ESPN? Yeah, but Pacquiao can easily go to Walt Disney. They can make that fight. Why is Hellenius, whatever his name is, versus Kanalki happening on Fox? That should be on FS1. Probably because Kanalki maybe trying to push Kanalki to be Wilder's next opponent. That's why. Keep the questions going. They trying to blow Kanowski up. They trying to build up opponent for Wilder. They trying to get all them Polish fans behind Kanowski to fight Wilder. That's why Kanowski didn't take the AJ fight, because he was promised the Wilder fight. That's exactly what it is. Do you think Boots Ennis is going to get a step-up fight this year? Well, it depends if he signed with a promoter or not. That's the difference. So, like, if he signed with a promoter, yeah, he said his dad talking to a few of them. So, shit, Top Rank might as well sign Ennis. But watch it be different. Watch Top Rank and DAZN get all the welterweights, and Lipinets and Yugas be left out in the cold, or some other PBC guys be left out in the cold. Watch how the PBC fans start crying. Watch. But yeah, I like Ennis, man. I think some people think Ennis might be the guy to beat Crawford with a lot more seasoning. But he said, punch quote, I'm still calling you Triple H. He said, new levels to the game, the old game. I'm not even fighting for 10 million. Just have the rematch clause. Exactly. Mikey versus Progress. You got. I see how they look both coming back. I picked Progress to begin with. I ain't like Mikey at 40, but I could be wrong. I gotta see how they both look like to reassess. But that's a good fight. Mikey definitely not knocking out Progress. Not the Progress that fought Taylor. He took a lot of punishment, and Progress is in shape. Progress a dog. Progress a dog for real. He just didn't have enough skills to beat Taylor. Disciplined mind boxing fan. I thought Charlo would have taken that deal. Somebody ain't too confident in his Charlo's abilities to beat Andrade. Even before that deal came. Remember he was saying, I want the champions, or I don't want to fight Andrade. And Rodney Shields did an interview, we not looking to fight Andrade. I told you. They've been dismissing Andrade. How do you see the fight with Earl and and J-Rock going? I don't know. That's a good fight. They fought in the amateurs. That's different. No, J-Rock's strong. I mean, Earl gonna have to box a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Earl stronger at 54, but I think J-Rock. It's hard to say because I ain't seen Earl at 54. He was there in the beginning of his career, but I don't know. I think he probably would have a better chance being Jared Hurd. I wouldn't be surprised if PBC sign Ennis and Fox take another Showtime fight. I don't see I doubt it. I doubt if PBC fight take Ennis. I could be wrong. I think he gonna end up. I think he might sign to a bozo promoter. He may. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't have no drop on him. Progress getting smashed by Mikey. Smashed? Smashed? I don't know. Smashed? I don't know. Might sound crazy, but I think Lubin could beat J Rock. Could. Styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? Lubin on the comeback trail. He should have squalls down like Errol Spence did to 47. I don't know why he didn't. Shit, if Lubin can make that weight, Lubin probably be the king of 47, not Spence. You probably be looking at Spence and Lubin. Two southpaws, two Errol Spences. I don't know why Lubin is squeezed down to 47. He would have gained 47 a whole lot of sauce. Errol Spence frees up like Amir Khan when he get hit. Yeah, I mean, and he put the earmuffs on. Him and Amir Khan both got the earmuff syndrome. Jury said on Lubin, but outside of Jamil, he looked good. I mean, he I told y'all he wasn't ready for that fight. I took a lot of flack. I took a lot of flack for that shit. You know, but Ken say they're getting the whole Porter wants the fight because Shawn's dad has an interview, and they asked him about it. He said, "Yeah, we want that." These fake analysts took off with that. Shawn said it. His daddy just talking. I seen it. His daddy just talking. If they want to fight, then Shawn need to come out here and say it on social media. Say, "Oh, send the contract. Send the contract." Lubin said he said in an interview he didn't feel comfortable with the cut to 47. I agree he'd be a huge for 47. You think they are one of the run out? Imagine him in a division. Shit, he should have took that cut. Maybe I mean it was best for him. I agree with him. But if Shawn can get his ass down, Lubin probably could. But if he was at 47, man, that'd be a different ball game. I didn't think he was going to get KO'd. Me neither. I thought it'd be more competitive. Jamel without Derrick James could possibly be a pound for pound fighter. Yeah, back on Ronnie. I agree. Man, East say. Then again, I see Eddie coming in snatching boots. Another Devin situation. He could. He got the most money to play with probably. But I think Boots team's smart enough to know that accessibility. It depends. Lubin look. But to kind of go back to that, what he just said. I heard Eddie Hearn was signing a lot of dudes out of Philly. I heard he was throwing a lot of money around Philly. Tevin Farmer and some small fighters he picked up. I think Boots probably gonna end up on his own too. I heard Eddie Hearn was throwing a lot of money and flooding the streets with the ghettos in Philly last year. I wouldn't be surprised if Ennis went to the zone. You kind of had a conversation with a dude last year about that. Yeah. Yep. Kobe 2K fan, you would have thought Lubin was from Brooklyn the way the Barclays Centers looked after the Charlo fight. Damn. Lubin would have looked like Ugis at 47 time wise. I'm trying to that wasn't even the main event when he killed Lubin. That was on somebody undercard. They ain't gonna have no more undercards like that on PBC for sure. At least on regular TV. Highest weight class for Shakur and Devin. Devin probably end up at 47. Shakur maybe 47. The Doom. Or the Don, excuse me. Jeff Boxer Jamel was much smoother with Ronnie, but he probably would have got Harrison out of there with Ronnie. Yeah. That motherfucker's just an Errol Spence clone. Laura, it was Laura and her undercard. That was a good ass fight. That had more electricity than Lauren Hurd. I think more a lot of times I used to be like that with PBC. You used to look forward to the undercard better more than the main event, but no, not no more. Not no more. You could just tell. You could tell Lubin wasn't ready for Charlo. Look at him standing next to each other. It was a grown man versus a little kid. Lubin definitely should have went down to welterweight, man. Oh, you said Lara and Goucher? That was the main event? Oh, man. I remember that Joker was empty. By the second round of that fight, that shit was empty. But they said Lara contract says he should be the main event every fight he fight in. I rewatched Lara and Canelo for sure lost. I had it a draw. 114, 114. Lubin looks rough at 54. He came in at 69 on fight night for one big 47. He said, "Look, oh, discipline mind boxing. Salute, appreciate your channel. Gotta go to work. Salute, go get that bread, bro. Appreciate it. Super chat. They didn't even do an interview after that. Man, hey, look here, man. If dudes get knocked out, it shouldn't be no interview. I'm gonna say it again. If somebody get knocked out, it shouldn't be no interview. You shouldn't interview them until they clear medical wise in the back. He said it was so empty. I moved to damn near ringside. That shit cleared out. I remember that fight. That shit cleared out. Just make Lara Lubin. Lubin will go after him like he did Ishe. You need Lara in with the dog. Yeah, you need Lara in there with a Gulo, Kirkland type of guy. But they tried. I heard they was a fight. They was talking about Lubin and Lara. But Lubin a good dude though. I like Lubin. Most dudes from Central Florida cool, man. I know a lot of them. I'm talking about Lara Goucher. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking. Yeah, get the hell up out of there. Yeah, I was looking at that fight. It was empty. Oh, you said they didn't do an interview live with Goucher. Oh, shit, shouldn't have. That shit was hella boring. That shit cleared out. I don't see many people beating Lubin. He looked better. Yeah, you got the real test got to come pretty soon. The real test got to come. Lara be a good test for him. I said next to Dante Boxing Nation. He said he was expecting that. Expecting what, the knockout or it to be empty? Cunningham helped Lubin out. Yeah, he helped him out a lot. Cunningham good with southpaws. He had Devin too. Tony with a good strength and conditioning coach would probably be undefeated. You ain't lying. Real Boxer said he feints and controlling the distance against Gallimore was impressive. People forget J. Rock and Harrison struggled with Ishe Smith. Yeah, Ishe was a tough fighter. Sammy Crouton salute. Lubin versus the Russian dude that's number one in the IBF. The Russian dude. Hold on. Let me check the rankings out. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that dude's name. Let me check him out. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, he looked like a little Berturbia. He looked like a mini Berturbia. 17-0, no knockouts, 13 KOs. He fighting out of Oxnard. He wants to be Robert Garcia. I'm gonna look out for him. Shawn fight. When I say fight, Kenny, aka more America's number one dad. My son is my son. Does Tony work at a job outside of box conditioning is incomplete? Like he can't do all he needs to do. He probably don't have the financial box, the backing. He probably don't have the financial backing. Why do we never hear anything about Rashidi Ellis? What caused it? Because he would go to probably because we would go to. I don't hear nothing from him. Last time I seen him fight, he was fighting in Mexico on Cancun on ESPN. That was before Top Rank got the deal, or right when they got the deal. No, Erickson Lubin is fighting Sergio Garcia, 31-0 for Spain, WBC title eliminator. He is. I wonder what card that's gonna be on. I wonder what card that's gonna be on. They ain't got it on Boxer yet. They might feed Lubin to Tony Harrison. Lubin said he dogged Tony Harrison out in the gym. That is the gym. Sergio Garcia beat the hell out of a prospect, Ted Cheeseman. His stamina is crazy. He throw like 1,000. Oh, that's the guy who beat Ted Cheeseman. They got a golfer named Sergio Garcia too. I can see Lubin beating Harrison. It's just hard to say with Lubin overhand, but Lubin should win. Shout out to Kenny, aka number one dad, aka the Smack guy. Man, they got Kenny Porter account, man. That's crazy. Any more questions before I roll out, man? I'm just trying to stick around for a minute. See how we doing on FanDuel real quick. Well, Portland got blew out. See what happened. So what happened for Lara Lubin? Did Lara veto the fight? I don't know what happened. I know that's something they was talking about, so I'm not sure. He said, "What size Reeboks you wear, man? 12, kitty, man. Let me get a 12, man. Get one of them big ass ties too, man. Let me get a suit that you be wearing, not what the Shawn suit be wearing. I don't want that Lucky Charm suit. I want that suit you be wearing, man." Bob Aaron confirmed Danny Garcia never negotiated. That ain't what I just heard on the phone. Or I mean, yeah, he never negotiated. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. Somebody just told me about it. Yeah, he said Amir Khan negotiated. He said, "Yeah, he tweaking, man." Any more boxing related questions, man? Before I go watch the NBA, VIP. Teixeira can box, but his defense is guard. He a big guy. He said, "Tell Steve Harvey we coming." Steve Harvey lying. Steve Harvey suits, man. Get them Steve Harvey Gators. He said he was right. Yeah, I already knew. I know Danny, man. Danny ain't want that smoke. Daddy ain't want that smoke. Can't think of nothing else. Salute the nine. I need a classic. None of them ones Shawn be wearing. KD stupid, dog. He's stupid. Stupid. Crawford would beat the angel out of Danny. There was a reason why they won't take that fight. He'll take the damage like Diaz, maybe. Look out for Denzel Bentley, 12-0, 10 KOs from the UK, 160-pound Frank Warren fighter. All right, did you hear about Top Rank getting the promotional rights to Beterbia? Yeah, because the Chinese company didn't pay their money up. So yeah, I heard about that. Good, because Beterbia was gonna drop that belt. I meant to mention that he was gonna drop that belt because he didn't want to fight in China, whatever reason it was. So good for them. Good for them. But yeah, I'm about to roll out. Appreciate everybody coming in. Make sure that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and thumbs up the video on your way out. You don't like the video, thumbs down button, man. Appreciate it. One time for the one time. We gone.